Step right up, folks! Your dream come true! Give a wedgie just 25 cents!
Wedgies?
Good afternoon, community. I hope everybody is having a great day so far. My name is Jacques Tavius. I am your lovely host, and welcome to the Wedgie Club channel. I have been receiving a lot of DMs from you all about the content and things y'all want to see in the future, but something that I noticed that I wanted to talk about today was what type of underwear is best for wedgies. So many brands that we have relied on over the years have been discontinued. The material formula has been changed. Overall, it's just not looking very wedgie-full for us. Now, it's 2024, so I will say that you can honestly use any type of underwear, including those horrid boxers, to get wedgies in. But if you want your wedgies to look like the content creators, you're going to want to stay tuned for this video. But first, before we kick this video off, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as leave a like so that I know that you like this kind of content, you want to see more of it. And make sure you're following our social media so that you can stay up to date with events and things happening within the community. So as I'm discussing each brand, I'm going to list it off with a few things. I will include the price, the type of material that it has, the recommendation for what type of wedgie is best for it, and where you can possibly get these items. So this first pair I really consider base game-ish. I feel like this is the first brand everybody's bought to their first meetup. They are the moment, they are the standard for this community. They are Fruit of the Loom Tidy Whities. This is your all-around, all-American pair. They will always give you a nerdy connotation when you bend down and you see that white and blue waistband. And in my opinion, out of all of the cheap underwear, they are the best when it comes to just all around. They are pretty comfy. I wear them honestly all the time to work. They are pretty durable and they can stretch pretty good when you want them to sometimes. Very cost affordable. You just can't go wrong with this brand. Now the con of this is I will say that they did change the formula at some point in time. I can't tell you when. Someone put in the comments if you know. But it used to be way different back in the day, and I can attest to that. I think they were more stretchier, but I might need some help on that statement. Now the material is 100% cotton, so just keep that in mind. What that simply means is cotton is just not as stretchy as maybe a Lycra or spandex or another brand, so just food for thought. You can usually get a 6-pack from Walmart for about $10 to $15 depending on where you live. If you're out the country, maybe you can Amazon it. My personal recommendation is this will be great for anyone who is into pain and humiliation. And really good for those wedgies that don't really stretch too much. Those regular wedgies, all around wedgies, Melvins, side, anything that's probably not maybe a hanging or atomic. Should you do those things, you should probably go maybe a size up or maybe wear 2 pairs. But anyway, who cares about these wedgie boys and their Fruit of the Looms? I like a Goodfellow. Before I start, let me just say rip to those Goodfellow white briefs. Oh my God, those used to be a fucking moment. Goodfellows are one of the most inexpensive, stretchy brands that you can get. They are very, very comfortable, while I will say they will give you a wedgie time and time again after you have stretched them out a little bit, so just keep that in mind. They are 95% cotton and 5% spandex. They're about the same price range of maybe $15 to about $20 at Target. If you can't get it in the store, you can always order it online. My personal wedgie recommendation is definitely the Atomic. It is amazing how even with your own size, you can still reach an Atomic wedgie with Goodfellows. Case in point, I am 6 foot and about 240 pounds right now. I wear about a large and it can still fit me. Now granted, if you're 6'7", you might gotta go up a size or 2, but still it's just amazing to be able to do that with that type of underwear because usually you have to go up a size automatically. These undies also don't rip that easily either, so maybe you could try a hanging or a dragon wedgie because it takes a lot to rip these undies. Great for my pain folks or people who just like to see their underwear get stretched out. If you're a guy that prefers more of a sports brief look but still does what he needs to do, 32 Cool might be for you. 32 Cool has been a newcomer in these wedgie streets, but they have a lot to say. They're also one of my inexpensive brands that stretch pretty well. And on the ironic side, they're very, very hard to rip. I did this hanging wedgie one time at work. It was stretching and it was so much fun, but the downside of it was they were not ripping no matter how much I tugged down or anything, bro. Them shits was not ripping. I'm gonna see if I still have the evidence from the crime scene, but I just did not expect them shits not to rip. That was insane. What's even more insane is they always will have deals sometimes going on their sites, so don't just jump ho to go buy in their briefs. You know, wait till they have a sale because they usually have one at least a couple times during the year. Speaking of sale, they are literally having a sale for a $3.99 2-pack pair of briefs. Have you heard of that since the 90s? I don't think so. So just go ahead and go get you a pair. I lied. And no, this is not a sponsored video. This is just a crazy wedge fanatic. Now this fabric is 92% nylon and 8% spandex. Which high-key makes sense because when you mix nylon with spandex, it usually makes it a very durable and stretchy underwear, hence why I could not get my briefs off that damn hook. So my personal recommendation for wedgies for this one is a sky-high wedgie. It's the same as a regular wedgie, just sky-high. I would also recommend a chair or a hanging wedgie because like I said, them shits is durable as fuck. Oh, and they're not that painful. However, I will say, like I said, these shits are durable as fuck, so you might tap out before them shits rip, just the FYI. MeUndies has a special place in the community's hearts. They make a lot of different designs and are honestly not that bad in affordability. They are pretty stretchy, but if you want to go like to an atomic, you might have to take it a size up. Now, MeUndies is bringing back nerd culture one brief at a time, coming in at $20 a pair if you are a member, $28 if you're a non-member. Their fabric is 92% micromodal and 8% elastane. For those that don't know what micromodal is, it's a very silky and soft and stretchy feel on your undies. And elastane has a lot of stretch, but what gives this a caveat is the fact that it can stretch without losing its original form. Basically meaning you can stretch your undies out and it won't be that stretched out. Not saying it can't be stretched out though. I have Wedgie my friends in these and I can definitely tell these are a really good brand, so you are getting your money's worth. I just personally have never worn them just because I don't like the look of them, but they could be really nice, so I'm definitely going to recommend them. Definitely do some atomic or bouncing wedgies in these, and just because of the stretch, I'm going to say it's great for people who are into humiliation and also those who are into pleasure more than pain. Shein. Now I know I'm probably going to hell for recommending this, but I will also be going to hell for not. I won't spend too much time on them, but I will say a few things. The reason I'm recommending them is they are similar to MeUndies in the sense that they have a wide selection of underwear. They have a wide selection of designs, but more importantly, they are stretchily inexpensive. Their prices range from about $2.49 to upwards about $40, and they also do have those systems like Pay Now, Pay Later like Klarna and Affirm. Now, as for the fabric, they usually stick to a cotton, but because they make so many different brands and stuff, I can't really give you a pinpoint on that. But what I can say is if you do see a pair on there that you do like, go ahead and buy it before you can't, because you may see it today and it may be gone tomorrow. So some things are seasonal, everything is not going to stay there. But Shein stuff is pretty stretchy. It's not stretchier than Goodfellow or MeUndies, but it's stretchy enough, so I will say that it's great for the all-around. It's just going to be depending on which pair that you pick. Now, the cosplaying nerds, they stick to Fruit of the Loom, but the true nerds know about them staffers. Staffers has been low-key like the bougie version of Fruit of the Loom, in my opinion. They're like the older nerd brother to Fruit of the Loom. You want your wedgies to never end? Go get staffers because they're never ending. Them shits are hard to rip. I remember before the event, I had like a little wedgie fight with my friend in the hotel, right? This dude was wearing staffers and I was trying to rip them, and I know how to rip underwear, but these bro were not fucking ripping. I had to be like Goku and turn into my final form to rip them bitches, bro. Do not recommend. Now these nut huggers are coming in at 100% full-blown cotton blend. They are a little bit more on the pricier end. They cost about $34 for a 6-pack at JCPenney. You can also get these on Amazon too. And my wedgie recommendation for these bad boys are definitely a nice dangling wedgie. A nice pile driver wedgie will also suffice, but if you're truly a pain monger, I would definitely recommend a nice gang wedgie. Hopefully at the Nerds vs. Bully event, which if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. They can do one so I can see how long it takes before them shits rip off you. Definitely a crowd favorite for those who are into pain and also doms who don't like to rip underwear. So if staffers are like the older brother to Fruit of the Loom, Polo is definitely that rich cousin that you can't stand. Polo Ralph Lauren are definitely one of the more higher end brands that have stood the test of times. They are super comfy to wear, one of the most comfiest pairs, if not the most comfiest pair in my opinion. They are also surprisingly comfy when you get wedgies in them. Now they come into a whopping $45 for a 4-pack if you get them from Macy's, I think. They are made of 100% cotton, though I do think that this cotton is more higher end. This cotton doesn't give you too much chafing, and it also stretches a little bit more than the Fruit of the Loom. That being said, I would advise everyone to not get these ripped off. As stated, they are a bit more expensive. I would save these for the playful wedgies like a chair wedgie or regular, of course, and a Melvin. Anything that's just not involving gravity and your weight. Polo is one of my top brands that I just enjoy wearing at my leisure. So I only do light wedgies in them unless they're at this point tattered and completely just shredded and I just gotta let them go. Other than that, stretch them out, but don't stretch them too much. Last but not least, you knew the king was gonna make an appearance to the show. Calvin Klein. They stretch real good and they feel even better. Depending on which undies you get, you can either get the cotton, which is 100% cotton, or you can get the cotton stretch, which is 95% cotton, 5% elastane. Remember what I said earlier about elastane? In my opinion, the 100% cotton is a little more comfortable in just leisure time, but if we're talking about wedgies wise, I would definitely choose the one with elastane in it. They are currently having a sale for a 3-pack for $35.62, and for a 3-pack of Cotton Classics, it'll come out to about $18.40. So I would definitely say, even though this is a higher end brand, this is also a very reasonably brand. They always having sales. And the biggest part is when it comes to those cotton stretch undies, those feel so fucking good when you get wedgied. Even for the giver, just to hear the sound of it stretching, just, oh my God, it does something to you. If anything is getting Jock stamp of approval, this will be the one. It's honestly good for any wedgie, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything involving gravity again, so no hangings. Pile drivers are fine, but honestly, with the way these stretch, you can never go wrong with just a regular standard wedgie. Thank you to everyone who took time out of their day to watch this video. I really appreciate it. What is your favorite brand to wear? If you have some brands that you would like me to look into, please drop them down in the comment section below. If you have more wedgie recommendations, please also drop that down below. I will also be making a Google Forms doc so I can hear all of y'all's favorite underwear, so be sure to check that out so that I can be able to react to that video. If you know any ladies brands of underwear, please let me know about that as well, because I don't know shit about panties. That is it though. I hope y'all all have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna go enjoy mine. Y'all stay wedgie, blah 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 blah.